Humans! Welcome to a revisited game that I tried to do a Let's Play of around a year ago, but I never got around to finish it. It's my favorite Genesis game of all time forever. And I play a little bit different than what you would normally see people if they would put recordings up and stuff. So it's Shadowrun. It's based on the role-playing game, the actual pen and paper. So this is set in quote-unquote the future, which is probably several years ago. But this was a game made in the 90s. So 2000s were the distant future, as it seems. So you can see your brother was ambushed by some unknown assailants, and we want some answers. So I'll pause to let you read for a moment whenever we have any text. So the thing is, Michael's stuff is here, so let's get it. So the currency here is New Yen, which is, what do you say, the yen symbol, or a variant of the yen symbol. So we spent all of our money to get here to downtown Seattle, so we don't have enough money. So Gunderson is our first Johnson, if is what they're called. And that gives our first introduction to what this game is all about. Shadowrunning. So it gives a brief introduction. So let's try to get some information from him. So there are special contacts that, as it says, help you out. So they either give you information or they give you items, but they're pretty expensive to acquire. I tend to ignore them for the most part until I start overflowing with money. So let's get some questions answered. What is a Mr. Johnson? So he's calling us a green raven. That's an insult from where I'm from. So Mr. Johnson is kind of like a job posting board, except they're not the most legitimate of jobs. So let's forget about it. Let's look for some work so we can see what some of the shadow runs are. So this is a carrier run. You take a package from one place to another, and due to graphic limitations, it just means walk inside of the building of one place and then walk inside of another one. And you're done. So we're going to Boris' greenhouse. Pick up the package. Go back to the jump house where we were at. Right? Yep. And there it is. Done. We get some money. And we also get karma. So let's go to the character screen. So there's a lot of information here. Physical, mental, which shows your health. Physical health, mental health, all maxed. So there's a pistol equipped at the moment. I'll use it until the ammo runs out, and then I'm not going to use it for a while. I rarely use weapons. Since he's a shaman, I'll show you in a bit that they have magic. So it gives explanation of the pistol. So damage is how much damage it does. How much it hurts. Power is armor penetration. And then it shows our natural posture, attack, and defense. You leave posture to neutral for the most part. There are specific instances where I'll change it. Armor. We just have regular clothing. Armor clothing. The worst armor in the game. That means we block almost no weapons and no guns at all. So back to this. Secretary gives you information where your shadow run is. Tells you what you're doing. So Stoker's Coffin's the first place we went to because that's where your brother was last. Shown using his cred stick, which is kind of like an ATM card. Visa, debit, MasterCard. American Express. They also accept traveler's checks. So you have to get that much money. Too much money. For what we have now. So, and it tells you what Mr. Johnson's are available. So here it shows our cred stick, 75 new yen at the moment. Not that much. It shows group items, nothing. Cyberdeck, nothing. We can recruit people. So on the right hand side you can see Joshua's face. And there are 2 empty slots below him, so we can hire 2 people. And save them with the game. You know what that means. So magic. Shows all the magic here. Gives it success, the damage. Some have drain, so that means it will reduce your mental health as you use it. And if you change your posture, if you put it to more defensive posture, then it could negate the drain, but reduce success. And that's what I normally use. I accidentally did that. I'll just use the gun for now, just to show off the gun. Cyberware, nothing. I'm going to have very little cyberware. I'll explain that later. Attributes, I'm not going to explain that right now, but that's there. Clips, it shows how many clips you have available. We have our items here. We have a, yeah, they call it a fetish. So that negates drain from whenever you use a spell that drains you. Stim patch and trauma patch. So these are healing items. Gator totem. This is the item that allows Joshua to use magic. Gator is his spirit animal, I guess is the easiest way to explain it. And it takes up a permanent inventory slot, which really isn't that bad in this game. So there's another courier run for 45 new yen. So as you increase your negotiation skill, you'll get higher amounts of new yen for the same shadow runs you would do. Also your reputation, I think, affects that as well. So this is Shadowrun. It doesn't seem like compared to a lot of games that are out right now, it doesn't seem like much, but when you're in the the early 90s. This game is insanity. So here's an escort run. So similar. Well, it's almost exactly like a courier run. Gosh, these words are just destroying me right now. Word's good. So this is targeting, guys. So you need to target someone in order to attack them or to heal them. I went to the wrong place. So anyway, I'm getting attacked. Escort run. The only difference is that you will have a character following you. Character has its own health, so he can get killed. Oh gosh. So you can see how horrible this pistol is. Shooting at him, hit the guy twice, did a little damage. And you can see how the reticule, or the targeting box, I guess, changes color as you do damage. So in this game, you have out-of-combat movement and in-combat movement. So you almost always walk faster when you're out of combat. And then once you get into combat, somebody starts targeting you. Then, oh, wrong place. Oh, I went to the complete wrong place. Then you'll start to slow down. So that's when you know that you're being attacked. And the reason for that is because your in-combat movement speed is based on your, I think it's your speed, quickness attribute. Movement and attack speed in combat. So we'll talk about these as they become relevant. So what was I talking about? Negotiation. We talked about that. Reputation. That affects several things in the game. We'll get to that later. So now we go to the same places except in the reverse order. So I think the reason I like this game so much is because it's like an action game, and I'm getting attacked again. Action, adventure, and RPG all mixed together. So they have the automatic kind of combat type of thing for you would have in adventure games. Kind of actiony with how fast paced the combat is. And you have all the stats that you would have in an RPG game. So you get to plan out your character. You don't have to take hours in combat. And you just get to walk around free on a map. This is Saints Row Jr., ladies and gentlemen. No, that's not Saints Row Jr. Another courier run. So there are 3 different runs that this guy will give you, this Johnson. So we already saw the courier run, we saw the escorts, there's one more. And there are random encounters. Like random text-based encounters. So here doctor saying a patient has escaped. You see the guy run by, or he collapses at your feet. I don't read these things. So you have three options. You can attack, attempt to help the doctors, you can leave them alone, or you can attack the guy, you can help the doctors with C, or you can leave them alone, which is what I usually do because it doesn't possibly trigger an in-combat thing. And wait, what? I think I have my buttons mapped differently. I meant to pick B to walk away. That was interesting. So we have enough money now. So let's get some crap. So we're here to get... Okay, I did push B. That was weird. I was just testing, just make sure my buttons were mapped correctly. Okay, C. We got it. We have enough. That's nothing. We can make that in 16 minutes. So we get Michael's stuff in a plastic box. A crumpled plastic box? Wouldn't it be a crumpled paper? I never thought about that before. A scented letter. Michael, what are you doing? Cyber deck. So now we have one of those. A wristband and 2 hollow pics. So just think about those as pictures on an iPhone. Let you read this. So somebody's waiting for us at Puyala Barrens. I hate that word. I hate that. Why did anyone name anything, whatever that is, Puyala? That is the hardest word in the world to say. So we got a baby cyber deck. So a wristband that knows whenever we get near death, it'll take us instantly to a hospital. For a fee, of course. And at that hospital, there's a picture of a doctor there. And some other guy. Who the crap is Caleb Brightmore Esquire? Lawyers, right? They always have something to do with something. And the remaining cred stick that our brother had, 500 new yen. So we doubled our investment. We invested 250 new yen, got 500. And that's a good ROI for everybody. So what we can do here, we can continue doing shadow runs so we can farm karma. Didn't talk about that. So let's go back here. So karma here on the bottom, you can see 7. You need karma to upgrade your attributes and skills. So for an attribute, you would need... I'm not going to get into... I shouldn't get into the math of it. But you need the next level. So for body, I would need 3. So the next level times 2. So you need... No, I think I'm doing it wrong. When I do it, I'll explain it. I don't really remember.
Something loud.
Care. It's been forever since I played this game. I'll just get to 10, and then I'll do a stat upgrade. Wait, what did it say? So I'm so used to just speeding through all of the text because I already know mostly what to look for. I kind of miss a lot of things. So you usually get 1 karma here in Redmond Barrens. Wait, downtown? Where are we? Redmond Barrens. So I didn't hold it long enough, but there was a negotiation there. A stat check. He initially offered me 55 million for the completion of the run, but the stat check increased it to 70. So that's what I was kind of talking about when you have charisma. It has a possibility of increasing. Wrong place. Increasing the amount you get for doing shadow runs. Also, you can get karma from combat. So you see these guys walking around, these NPCs, this guy. So occasionally if you kill... Are they getting attacked? If you kill those guys, you'll get karma. That's perfect, that's where we're ending. And that would be the 10th karma. So in order to use your skills, you have to stay at an inn, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. And it's really cheap here, only 20. Some other places get kind of pricey. So it fills up your health as well. So that's always good. Okay, so I was getting it backwards. So for skills, it's the next level times 2. So for sorcery, to upgrade it to 4, you need 10 karma, but for the attributes, you just need the value of the next level. So for this, you need a 3. To go to level 4, you'll need 4. Stuff like that. The only difference is essence. Start out with 6. Whenever you get cyberware, it decreases it. And essence determines your magic level. So you start out with 6 or 6 essence. So whenever you get cyberware, it'll decrease it to the whole number which is being shown. So I would probably start. I have to get a cyber jack, so that will reduce my essence. So since I'm going down to 5, I'm going to go to close to 5.0 as I could possibly get. So let's see. So let's already start. This is my main source of income. Early on, getting stuff done in the Matrix. Increase computers. Let's see. So computer just determines success in the Matrix. Electronics has nothing to do with that. It only has to do with maglocks, which I tend to avoid for the most part. So let's increase intelligence, because that increases attack speed in physical attack and in cyber combat, along with success. So let's get the crap out. You attacked again. Who the crap are you? So occasionally, if you try to tell him to do something that's too fast, you'll push the button, but he won't do anything for a moment, and they'll do it as soon as he is available to, or his stats allow him to. So you can see here that that pistol works on those guys, but oh gosh, so much violence. But once we go to the next city, we're probably gonna get murdered. You're gonna see me die a lot, which is why I tend to do matrix runs for the majority of the game going forward, because I don't have to move and I don't get attacked physically most of the time. And here we easily outspeed the guys, so there's not much of a risk. So here we did nothing. The police, Lone Star, came to talk to us, and we just talked to them. So we didn't have any don't have any crimes on our hands or that we've committed. No illegal items with us, so we're okay. So let's go. So actually, let's stop here. We got a lot of information and stuff done at this moment. So this was Shadowrun for Genesis. I'm gonna go through this one. I might go through the Super Nintendo one. I don't even think I can get through that game. And then for the PC version. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Good night.